Yo, hey, what's up, everybody? It is day 29, and we are at 96,433 strikes on our favorite friend here. Alright, so basically, what's going to happen today, we're going to get up to very close. We're going to try and get close to 100,000. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. We're almost at 100,000. That is 10% of a million stored strikes on the dummy. And I'm going to get back on here later today at about 4:30 p.m. And that's where we're going to have our 100,000th hit, everybody. Got Tin Man sticker up here. Yesterday he gave me the heartbeat like literally at like the last minute, right when I was about to log off. So I said I'd leave his sticker up today. How's everybody doing? I decided to wear some bright colors because it's kind of gloomy out here. It's a little bit hazy. It's like not fog. It's just like, you know, you look outside and the sky's kind of gray. So we got some colors on, trying to brighten some things up for everybody's morning. How's everybody doing this morning, by the way? Or this evening, depending on which part of the world you're in. Good morning. And we keep track of it all on this little whiteboard here. So let me show you where we're at. Oh good, I did remember to bring the marker. For a second I didn't see it and I thought, oh boy, did I leave that inside. Yo! What is up, Adam? Jaden, Jimmy? Hey, so it said someone just tuned in that hasn't been here for a little while. I missed it. It rained last night, so the dummy's clothes are a little wet. That's our first set. Oh, I gotta switch this. Can't read it backwards. I wish it was just a setting like I didn't have to always come in here and switch it. It would just start off so we could read everything. So there we are. First 100 of the day. How's everybody doing? Hitting the dummy a little bit this morning. We're at 96,500. We're actually over that number. And yeah, I usually have like a coffee or something this time of day, but I'm working again tonight, so I'm trying to like not do the caffeine in the morning. You know, we'll see how it goes. This usually wakes me up. Yo, who hit that like button? Isaac, thanks for hitting that like button. Oh, all right. Oh, who did that? Rock. So for one, the highlight video of the day, and thanks. First of all, thank you for that donation. Yo, that means the next set is going to be a little bit more intense just for you. We're actually almost done with this set. And also, when I make the highlight video, you'll be forever immortalized. Because just like any donation, I put in like the credits. You know how people have their Patreon credits go by? So if you want to check it out, after a couple hours, we'll have the highlight video. Highlights of the broadcast today, and your name will be in it. Alright, let me finish this set. And we're going to do a more high intensity set for you for leaving those roses. Thank you for that. So early this morning for a donation, much appreciated. Alright. That was that set. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. So I'm going to be jumping around a little bit. Yo, thanks for smashing that like button. Still hitting the like button. Jeez, we're at over 300 likes already. Alright, so here we go. For the donation, I'm going to be jumping around a bit. We're going to have a more intense set here. Let's make sure the dummy's on the page. Here we go. We'll just get right into it. Someone else hit that like button? Jay Murph, what's up? Thanks for hitting that like button. Alright, this is for the donations, this set. A little more intense here. Couple extra. Woo! Thanks for the donation. Wanted to pick up the intensity for that next set just for you. Oh, yo, OG. What's up, blue collar? Here we go. It might rain. I don't know if it rains. We're still going at it. I'd like to get at least 2,000 hits in this morning. Oh, Janice, thanks for hitting that button. Let's move the camera a little closer. Some more of a high intensity set there. Whew. For the donations. Like I said, you don't have to leave one, but if you do, you also get included for if anyone ever comes back and looks at day 29, they'll see you're here. Everybody here's my witness. We hit this dummy a million times. I got a text message there. So if I answer that text, I'm guessing you're in chat. Yo, I can't answer it without TikTok going on a blur. So if you resend it, I'll try and catch that text message. Yo, Janice. That's true, but someone mentioned that they make an arm attachment. Plus the other thing too, you know, like when we're actually fighting in armor, you know, they don't just let you sit here and hit them like that. Yo, Izzy the Queen and Janice, thanks for hitting that button. I think I got a mosquito bite or something bit me in the leg. The dummy's working its way back into the fire pit. I bet you in the winter we'll have a fire going. Sorry. Izzy the Queen, thank you for the follow. Every day. A lot of times I'm on this time in the morning. A lot of times I'm on in the evening. A lot of times I'm on in between. Just depends on what's going on. I try and announce it while I'm streaming. So like I'm saying today, we're going to have another one about 4 p.m. like New York City time. And that one, everybody, we're going to hit, I'm so sure we're going to hit our 100,000th hit. I'm not going to do it this morning. Did someone else hit the button? I think someone else got the red badge for liking the live. Almost done with this set. I'll give you a shout out here in 1 second, whoever hit that button. Thanks for hitting that button again. I see that. Got the shades on. It's not really sunny out. And actually, just as I said that, the sun's starting to come out. Gavin. Thank you, Gavin, for hitting that button. We're at 400 for today so far. Like to get in 2,000 at least. Oh, and here's, see, now the sun's coming up, so we're gonna have a glare. So I'll reposition the camera so it's not. Excuse me. You know why I have like the hiccups? You know why? It's because I was drinking this. And I usually don't keep these at home. This is actually my last one. Thanks for continually hitting that button. Yo, cheers to you. This was like $1. I bought a bunch of these the other day. I like have never had soda here in the house like in like 15 years up till I started doing this. Gives me some energy, you know, like some sugar or something while I'm hitting this dummy. You know, some of these live streams I've gone like 2.5 hours just hitting the dummy. Thanks for smashing that like button. This is on working our way towards 500 for today. I've been trying to throw these like reverses in where I guess you really can't see it from there, but where I can actually hit them in the back. It's a, you know, it's a double-edged sword, so. Who that? Roundtree Navy again. Hey, welcome back. Roundtree Navy in the house. Oh, good to see you this morning. And David, also thank you for hitting that like button, earning the red badge for today. Do y'all see that too? Like, right, if you're looking at chat, you see that you got a badge for liking the live? It's like 450. Thanks for smashing that like button. I saw all that. Much appreciated. Ba, ba, ba. What's up, Logan? Logan, thanks for liking it. Ah, yes. Yeah. I'm becoming a machine where so I had a fight. My last fight was like 3 weekends ago now. And I was already doing this. And usually before, thanks for smashing that like button. I caught that. So we're at 500, everybody, so far for today. So we're at 96,933. And I had a fight, so like 3 Saturdays ago, And it was during this, and I was like, man, I usually take like 3 days off, in between, and I'll be like, I don't do anything. Well, what happened was, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to stay on course. We're going to do the workouts before. And what I did was, I went and I fought polearm, and surprisingly, after doing this for something like 9 days before it, my arms were totally fine. I actually felt really good. It was kind of crazy. I was thinking my arms might be worn out, but they weren't. And then I got right back on it the next day. So I had one day off for an actual fight for Armored Combat. And then I just got right back at it. I don't have an actual fight though scheduled till September. A lot of it, I missed one this month. A lot of it's because my daughter's in her horse riding. She jumps horses, so it's her season, and I'm her. I drive her. I take her to pretty much all of them. So, I couldn't do every fight I wanted to this summer. Next summer, I don't think she's riding horses next year. She's just starting lacrosse, so we'll see how it goes. Next summer, though, probably travel a lot. Logan, hey, thanks. And thanks for tuning in. I saw when you joined. And with this little buckler shield, as far as I know, I haven't checked in a week, but I'm still ranked, tied for second place in the U.S. Well, I think it's actually the whole International League in buckler, everybody. And that's in Buhurt International. As far as I know, I'm still tied for second place. I've gotten a good bit of medals in buckler this year and longsword. Unfortunately, no first places. If I had a first place in my buckler awards this year, it wouldn't have been a tie. But anyway. There's a squirrel right above me. I'm gonna get Tin Man's thing off here because actually this is. I told him I'd leave his sticker up for a little while. He donated that heart me right at the end yesterday. Yes, Logan, I have. Unfortunately, in Armored Combat, the manuscripts don't really apply, right? Because there's none. So, buckler manuscript, all that stuff is great, but in armored Buhurt Armored Combat, so there's no thrusting. So a lot of it just goes out the window. There's no binding. Nobody binds, you can spend all day looking at the manuscript, how to wind and bind a longsword, but nobody does it. Back in the day, people kind of used to be able to I used to be able to hold my sword out and get someone to put their sword on mine. And we'd be able to feel each other out and, go for some more technical kind of fights. But these days, Buhurt is all just whack, whack, like this. I forgot all about this. You know what I was doing during I don't know if I can you say the word on TikTok? During that sickness that was going around for couple years, when everyone had to stay inside and stuff. You know what I did? I'm gonna get to that comment, finest grandpa, in 1 second. With the manuscripts, since we were all stuck at home, we were actually having Zoom meetings and talking manuscripts. We were going over Lichtenauer, I was in my car, not driving, I was in a parking lot, and I had my sword, because I wanted to get out of the house. So I was in a parking lot by myself, on this Zoom call, and we were going through manuscripts, 4 of us. That was kind of funny. Against the tank, so probably not good. Sometimes people will say, well, try and block a bullet with that sword, and I say I definitely could do it. They'll say, well, what about a 357 Magnum? And I say it's easy. It could be a 22, it could be maybe not a 50 cal, but here's how you do it. Here's how you block practically any caliber bullet with your sword. All right, so they aim at you. As soon as they fire, you do this, and you get your sword exactly in between you and that bullet. So whenever they shoot, right? I've explained this a couple times on here. The bullet hits right here. it travels about this far up the grip. It loses so much momentum. By the time, if it even gets to the blade, it has this much blade to go through before it hits you. So as soon as they aim, as soon as they shoot, you go like this with your sword. You just have to make sure you're exactly like on point. So if you got a real eagle eye, you can stop practically any caliber bullet like that. But against an Abrams tank, that's a little different. Jam your sword in the tracks and run. Oh, it's fitness grandpa. Sorry, I said finest earlier. You know, thank you for that. I think I forget what we left off on, but it was over 30. Let me just finish this set here real quick. Fitness grandpa, thanks for hitting that like button. Did somebody else too? Yo, Gustavo, hey, Pittsburgh, PA. Yeah, I was saying, I don't know if you got my message last night. Like me, I was kind of dumb. I was like, I'm going to answer your question. And then I got sidetracked by another conversation. I didn't answer it. So yeah, like you can make a living, definitely, like mixed martial arts, UFC. Not really for the armor, although some people are. If you ever look up the AMMA hashtag, the Nashville crew that does this, like they can make a living off it. Not the fighters, but the venue. Mickey, awesome dude. I met him like when he first got in. I think I'd only been doing it a year longer than he has. He's like a very award-winning armored combatist, or whatever you call it. And he's the one that started that whole Nashville armored mixed martial arts stuff. And now he's got a business. It's like an actual venue, you know what I mean? He's making enough to survive off it, you know? For the armor, I've done like instructor stuff before. Doesn't pay worth crap. Nothing that I could do fighting in armor to support myself. You know what I mean? Now, I think your question though is, can you make money and live off of money like just like UFC stuff? You definitely could, but you gotta be like a top fighter. You know what I mean? You gotta be winning prize money, and maybe use that where you can get sponsorships and things like that, just because of your name and your skill. But yeah, so it's possible. Not in the armor though, at least not yet. I'm 47. Half these people I fight out here are like in their 20s and 30s. So probably by the time I'm worn out and not doing it, that's when it'll be worth some money. Let me just finish this set here. I'll get to chat. 1 second. Now, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we're caught up on the totals. Yesterday, I think I forgot to write a set down. That may have just happened, but this is just kind of like a casual set while we're talking. And I think we're caught up on the totals. So when I write this down here, that should be accurate. There we go. And Sean Stanley, thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for follow, Logan. Fitness Graham Pacer test. Oh. I saying fitness grandpa. My bad. All right, thanks for the correction. All right. The fitness Graham Pacer test. Awesome. I got it now. I saying fitness grandpa. It is like one long thing. Better put that disclaimer up. Oh, do you have to for talking about that? I better watch out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to say. We'll have to not have that conversation again. Ha, that's funny. It's funny, this stuff. Well, thank you for letting me in on that info, because sometimes, I don't know, we'll be talking about stuff. The disclaimer is now I just know not to talk about that conversation. I will next time just say, when you see the Abrams tank, run. Boo the Hurt, yo, Boo the Hurt is here, everybody. Thanks again, Logan, for liking the live. Boo, we're at 97,000. like I was saying earlier, I'm not trying to hit 100,000 on this broadcast. It's going to be the one later today. I just got off work. I'm trying to get in a little bit of some sets here, so like around 4:30 we should be back on this evening, and we're going to get a couple sets, and one of them is going to be the 100,000th hit. I'm feeling good, like no issues. We'll see. We're 10% of the way there. A lot of sets to go, but at the moment, you know, everyone's like, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like, I'm feeling pretty good so far. And like a lot of them are just kind of like, this is more of a chill broadcast, you know. I may throw the armor on for the one later today. Not sure. We'll see. Probably not, because I'm probably just gonna wake up right before work and get on. You know what I mean? That should be about 50. If anyone's keeping track at home. I see someone else got the highlighted badge here for liking the live. I'm gonna catch up on chat. Let me just kind of get through this set real quick. I believe that should be about 100. Some of them I definitely went over 100, so if we were a couple short, we definitely covered it for today. At 700. Yo, OG again. Yeah. What's up, blue collar? Thanks for getting that. Thanks for getting that gifter badge. Is that who? Did I miss somebody? Let me make sure I miss a comment. I don't like to miss comments. Do I? Alright, Logan, we'll get armor on. We will. Well, like I said, it's going to be around 4:30 tonight. 5 o'clock at the latest. I'm trying to get over 98,000 this morning, total. That way we'll just have an easy 20 sets. That 100,000 will fall somewhere in there. I have to drop my daughter's lacrosse stuff off at her house because she didn't grab it out of my car yesterday. Like I said, make sure you got everything. Yeah, it'll be armor later then. Yeah, I was like, make sure you got everything on my car. Nope, the stick's in my car, so I have to drop it off. So that's why I was hoping these punches don't count. This is just staying busy while we're chatting. So I'm hoping that it's just a quick drive up to her house. Can drop her lacrosse stuff off, go to bed, wake up. Sometimes I don't wake up right when my alarms go off, so 5 p.m. at the latest. And I have to be at work at 6:30, so we'll have plenty of time. And that means we're going to have armor on. Logan confirmed it. So with an arming sword, generally your cross guard is probably like, well, I'll say this: when they inspect your weapons, they will make sure that it sticks out. There's a measurement for how far a cross guard goes out over your gauntlet. And actually, now that you mentioned it, I don't think they really check arming sword cross guards, because usually they're shorter than your gauntlet anyway. So I've never had someone tell me I can't punch someone in the face. I'm actually aiming and hitting with my knuckles. I've never had someone like tell me no yet. Good question though about punching with that. I know that you can't half sword anymore, and you can't punch with the long sword. But I always did like I always did like where I'd punch, and if my arm gets past, I just follow up with a sword on the way back. Like, good question though. It's something I'm gonna have to ask, the technical stuff. Yeah, 'cause I don't think the rules are in there. There's rules about lengths of cross guards. Arming swords generally aren't gonna be an issue if you're punching somebody. Like I'm actually, like, I know it's probably hard to see, but I was actually trying to punch with my knuckles, not the cross guard. the funniest fight I ever saw was at Carolina Carnage 2 years ago, right? One of the best teams at the time, Dominus, right, had two people that were fighting the MMA stuff, right? That's where you can get them on the ground, and you can ground and pound and all that stuff, right? So what happened was, two of the best guys on the team happened to be matched up against each other. So what they did was that they came out. It's 2-minute rounds, right? Or back then maybe it was 90 seconds or something. I don't know, but so they come out. The guy hits the first guy like this in the head. And then the whole time they're just like fake fighting, you know. The guy does like a kick like this. Another guy goes, whoa. And they just did that for 2 minutes. It was hilarious, like, because they weren't trying to hurt each other, because they were fighting together the next day on the same team. It was really funny. And then they made this thing where they had this rule where they said that everyone was mad because they didn't actually fight. And they're like, you can't do that. It was so funny though. Don't bother looking up, but if you really wanted to, I have a video of it, but it's probably it's like 2 years back in my vids. Basically, all I do, if I'm just trading off left and right, I usually like to go for body blows more than headshots myself. If I'm going to jam this in someone's face, you know, I do, so I can try and keep them at distance to get a couple hits in like that. But I generally do body blows with the shield. I generally, if I'm not fighting buckler where it's like I might throw a little more flair into it, these are just basically the only moves I do. I almost never bother with this way, these cuts down here, and the MMA stuff. Someone else? Yo, Danny and Creative. What's up, Mr. Find? Yo, and Danny and Creative. Hey, thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for smashing that button. If I'm just trading hits, I'm usually not worried about blocking too much. But if I'm like hitting my sword a couple times, I like to have the habit of bringing my buckler up to kind of protect my head. If I'm doing a couple buckler hits in a row, I like to at least have my sword out here. I have a habit to try and block any shots coming from this side. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. We're doing this a million hits. There's only a certain amount of combos you can do. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, 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 bop. You know, like bop, bop, bop. It is after night shift. I got a little bit of a nap yesterday. That was great. Basically, I had a 1 hour nap. No, it was more nap because I got off of here at like 4:15 or something. So I got like an hour and a half nap, I think, before work. I don't need any coffee this morning. This is waking me up, which is great. Like that punch there was a punch with the knuckles. That's gotta be around 100. We did a couple sets that were more than 100, so. And even after we hit the million, we're gonna keep doing it. So it's not like we're not gonna hit a million if we miss a couple here and there. Seamstress! I got these shades on. Yeah. Oh, all right, everybody. Seamstress dropped a donation, so that means we got a fast-paced set coming up. Nice. All right. Let me mark this down. How are you doing this morning? Oh, what's up, SJ? And Redneck. Hey, Redneck, thanks for hitting that like button. Getting the red badge for liking the live. So, all right. We're getting close to 97,433. I am just going to make sure we don't hit 100,000. Let's just double check. We can't go over 3,000. I don't want to even get close to 3,000 hits this morning, because for one, like I said, I got to drop my daughter's lacrosse stuff off because she didn't grab the stick out of my car. And the other thing is, I don't want to be like, 100,000th hit, everybody. And then it's like the first set, and then it's like, well, there it goes. We did it already. Everybody tuned in. You know what I mean? So, we'll try and get to like 22 or 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, right, true. And like, yeah, the punches, the leagues, like Boo Herd International, like in a duel like this, you're not even allowed to punch. Like I was talking about that earlier. I'm gonna move this camera back because this set's gonna be a little bit more high intensity. I wore some bright colors today because I was like, it's the sun isn't out, the clouds, it's just like gray. So I got some brighter colors on. Here we go. Let's actually get. We haven't had any water yet. Let's get a drink, and we owe Seamstress a set, like a real set. When we do the 100,000th hit set, I'm probably actually going to pick it up. I'm not going to be just. It'll be more intense overall broadcast in general. But here we go. All right, for those roses there. Let's pretend we just pretend we threw them on the ground. Out of range. Thanks for that like button. Yeah, with a couple extra at the end. Whoa! Oh, it's telling me to go live for 60 minutes. So no matter what, we're going live for 60 minutes. I don't know what that goal is, but TikTok is telling me to go live for 60 minutes. Yo! Boo Herd, thanks for that live. Whew. Lonesome Cowboy, thanks for the repost. I know you could repost. I thought you could only share. Huh. Well, I learned something there. Whew. Anybody just passing through? About 4:30 p.m. we're gonna have an armored broadcast. I'll probably start it while I'm putting my armor on. That's how we'll do it. Ah, I missed a text message. Oh well. The text messages are disappearing too quick today. Alright, I think that's 50. This is left-handed, by the way. I guess you might know that by looking that's in my left hand. I'm not left-handed. I try and do some left-handed setso. Huh, the pommel went in my pocket. The pommel got stuck in my pocket. All right. Got 2 sets to write down on that. The fast one for seamstress and then the left-handed. So we are at. Yo, thanks for that like button. Yo, and what's up there? No, number 1, you don't need footwork in boo hurt. I jump around. We had this discussion the other day. In boo hurt duels, you don't need footwork. I prefer hopping. There's no rule that says you need a certain amount of joints in action. Like the SCA, you have to have 3 joints in action. It could be your wrist, elbow, hips, I guess your knees if you want to get into it, where you could have some really nice action. But in boo hurt, you don't need footwork. I guarantee you don't. The cheap outfit is because I'm trying to get the sun to come out. So I got my... isn't this kind of like the style though for like electro house music, like Boys Noise and Mastercraft? That's the look for today. I just need the beach towel to go along with it. There's no footwork in boo hurt. I guarantee ya. I don't use footwork, and I'm I don't use footwork, and I've won a medal at, except for one. Every medal, I mean every boo hurt tournament I've done this year, I've gotten a medal, and I don't pay attention to footwork. This in boo hurt is what counts. Bonk, bonk, bonk. It doesn't matter if you. It doesn't matter if you're like this. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Doesn't matter if you use like passing steps. Me, I typically jump. This is basically my footwork. A lot of times in longsword, I just stand like this because there's no punching, there's no kicking in boo hurt international longsword, so I can totally just stand flat like this. The only time I need to watch out is if they actually go and have a clinch to make sure I put a foot back. There's no footwork in boo hurt duels. Well, I will take any suggestions if you have something like compared to what you see me doing here. I'll actually leave that camera back there, and we'll finish this whole set. This is basically how I move around. These are all hits that count in a boo hurt duel. That's I hop. Boop boop. Boop boop. 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 Sometimes I even stand here. I'll even like kick a leg out or something just as a distraction. Whew, sorry, I'm trying to breathe in the mic. What's up, the mic? What's up, Eric? Thanks for sharing the live. Shemwell. Ooh. Oh, no, not just a prom 16 years ago, man. I had a date set up Friday. It didn't work out. Fast forward from 16 years ago. 16 years from the prom. Fast forward, geez, almost 30 years to like last Saturday. Was it Saturday? I don't remember. I was talking about it on here the other day. But on to the next one, right? Here, let me mark that set down. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I want to see if number one about the footwork. Eric. Luke. Well, oh, good. You got. Oh, and number one, thanks for hitting the button, like button. All right, I see what you're saying. I definitely, yeah, like, I definitely can have a better weight distribution on my shield punches. However, I tell you, I haven't had any troubles yet without having to concentrate on it too much. But if you saw the last set, that's basically how I move around. And actually, I'm not saying go look for it, but I have one of my longsword duels uploaded from like a couple months ago, and like I basically just walk around. But if I'm swinging, I'm stomping with a foot. Like this is what I do. Like if I'm advancing, and they're like backpedaling, like I don't do like kind of like proper footwork. I kind of just walk. But if I'm swinging, I'm stomping, and I'm usually going like specifically how I feel comfortable. So when whichever foot I'm swinging with, even if that means I'm taking like even if it means I'm stomping with the right foot twice. If that makes sense. And I've been no, maybe that's a good point. Yeah, about the dancer stuff. You know, like in ballroom, I tell number one, if you're out there, here, this is my longsword footwork. I wrote that set down. Yeah, I did. Like my one of my favorite hits for longsword, when you do that double strike back and forth. I'm gonna get to chat. I see some people, some badges lighting up there. Is a samba. Oh, you can't see my feet. It's a samba step, and I try and connect right before I make the contact. The second one. I missed that text message again. I keep missing the text messages. And I can't answer it without putting TikTok on blur. Like I'm saying in Boo Hurt International rules, there's no kicking in duels, there's no punching. So a lot of times I stand straight. I just twist, I straighten my knee out, I twist on the balls of my feet. If I'm doing some of these things up here, or if I'm just teeing off, I always stand left foot forward, but I usually a little foot this way. And it's kind of like a rumba or cha-cha Latin dance move where you just straighten this leg out for my hip movement. Whoa, what's that? Boo the Hurt. Oh, jeez. Boo the Hurt. Thanks for that hot dog. I was not expecting any kind of hot dogs or nothing. and seamstress. Oh, we got a whole picnic. All right, all right, all right. Here we go, everybody. Oh, boo the hurt. Dropping the hot dog. We're gonna have to hot dog this set. All right, let's get right into it. For that hot dog, we're gonna do a nice long sword set, and we're not just doing 100 because that was a hot dog. We're gonna do 200 because hot dogs are a little more upgraded gift. Then we're gonna get right into that buckler for the corn, for the side dish. That should be 100 right there. Bah! This is for that hot dog. Now a couple extra. This is for the corn. No. No. Now I'm gonna get to chat, everybody. Don't worry. Now my shirt's sweaty, everybody. Thank you for the donations, seamstress, and boo the hurt. Oh. Oh yeah, we got right here the hydration. MG, just for you. We'll do it right now. I was gonna actually. The puzzle piece, everybody. Oh, I missed something. Who did that? Whoa, geez, all right. Seamstress, level 10. I gotta make sure I upload enough stickers for level 10. All right, another high intensity set here coming up. MG, thanks for the reminder. for staying hydrated. All right. I'm drawing the Roman numerals around the sweat that I just caught all over the board. Let me just catch up on chat. Lou! Haha, yeah. Here we go. Yes. We're gonna have to do another higher intensity set. You'll notice sometimes I sit here and I'm just getting hits. Bah, bah, bah. But for the donations, I pick it up. The hot dog's worth more if you're looking at the chart. So, yo! That is from Boo the Hurt, who donated that. So I try to like make it a little more. I had an extra 100 more than I really want to do in my life. Work cricket an hour. Oh. Heck yeah. I just got off night shift. Huh. You know what? Man, I'm missing all the good comments while I was doing that. Number one, if you are still there, okay, a lot of the times, I'm going to go from that comment up. And then we owe you a set for the gift. A lot of times, all the time, they're not going to stay there and let you hit them, right? So, I actually do use stances. My favorite out of all the formats is longsword, and I usually am a Fool's Guard addict. Sometimes I'll get Zornhow, but a Fool's Guard is typically, you know, what I prefer. There's only a few people I don't use Fool's Guard against, and that's just because they lean like Eddie on the Cincinnati Barbarians. No, because he leans so far forward and is very fast. So a Fool's Guard is, I'm just like totally wide open. Like Eddie, Greg with the Colorado Wardens. Like, there's some people I use Fool's Guard. Like Sam, who's the best out of everybody always. But most people, 80% of the time, Fool's Guard. I also like to attack weapons. I'm not always just hitting them. In actual, you know, the longsword duels in Boohurt, I am one to try and attack weapons and knock weapons out of the way. Sometimes while attacking. A lot of times just because they're holding their sword there. I don't do much more than a middle howl in Oberhows. I never do Unterhows. I'll do a shield howl in someone's sword, like I was just kind of saying. You know, the helicopter comes from HEMA, technically, but I don't bother with the footwork for it. As we were just talking about. I just rotate on the balls of my feet. Let's see. I would make a good soldier if I didn't have that record. You're right. Somebody tell Stanley to sit down. Is that? I gotta look that up, everybody. Taking a screenshot. I gotta see who that is, who I resemble today. Scott Rogers. I don't know the people. So I haven't watched TV in 15 years. I don't know who Scott Rogers or Stanley, is it Tucci is? But I'll look them up. There's MG's thing about staying hydrated. A lot of people make goals in life. I guess sword strikes could be. It is. It is an impromptu goal. No one would fight me for an hour-long sword fight. So I was just thinking of something to do. I was like, I'll just do 1,000,000 hits. How hard could it be? Mate. So Lou, if you're still there, we're about to do that set for the gift. I'm on night shift all the time. Oh, good, you're number one. You are still. Fool's Guard is the best. And people in Boohurt don't know how to deal with it in general, because there's a lot of people just new. A lot of people just get armor and start fighting. You know, there's no technical stuff. Quarterstaff, yes. Oh gosh, yeah. I used to mess around with quarterstaff. Greg, yes. Boothurt, yeah. I wouldn't fight Greg like that because Greg leans so far forward and is so fast. If I'm in any kind of guard, up here, down here, if I'm holding my hands out here, he'll hit me in the hands. He's so fast. Against Greg, I fight left foot forward, head back. That your head is worth more points out there. To hit someone in the head is worth more points. Christopher, what's up? What's up, Robert? All right, we are at the bottom of the chat, so we're gonna do that more high intensity set. So Lou, if you're out there, these are for the roses. You know, all those things, and anybody who leaves a donation, even if it's like 1 coin, you get in the highlight thing. It's just something that I like to do. And everybody after this set, another thing I like to do, who's in the, oh, someone just left. But whoever is still putting in that watch time gets a shout out. I like to do that because a lot of people don't chat. Hope I'm not blowing anybody's cover like they're on TikTok. Yo, Greg is so fast. Oh, you know what I really like about Greg though is he has so much like family support. I actually always like that about him. In like his crew, like he out of anybody in this sport, I've never seen someone with a better cheering section, and it's like family. My mom would never come watch me do this. She finally just stopped sending me things about like concussions, and then she sends me the other day because she sees me do this, you know, and she sends me a thing on like rotator cuff injuries, which I'm aware of. All right, here we go. For the roses. Oh, and we're going to be at 1,500 hits. That's going to be... We're going to be... Yeah, all right, we're on track. Good pace. All right. Thanks for the roses, seamstress. Go. And number one, if you're out there, sometimes you might see me bounce my sword off my buckler. That's something I like to do. Oh, I forgot this plastic. I'll tell you something else I learned about nice form that can get you screwed in boo hurt. Right. Green. I will. It is. Let me show, but not, number one, I don't know if you're about to take off, so let me say one thing though. The really nice, cool form stuff, like if you hit somebody, right, and you know, the nice, cool way you can bring your elbow. This is how I always learned sword fighting, right? If you're hitting somebody, like drop my elbow. This is who taught me. Hit, drop your elbow, hit if you're hitting the same side, right? And what I've learned is when you do that, if they just walk up right on you, because the person who taught me it was an SCA guy, right? But it's just one hit. So if you hit him, all right, I won. But if you do that in armor, so many people just love to grapple. If you ever want, I just do the most simple crap like this. You might see me once in a while drop an elbow, but the thing is, people just rush you, and if you do this, and I'm turning my sword around like that, I don't know how many times I would hit, and I'd hit and go around like that for a nice easy second hit, and I'd like drop my elbow down, and when my sword's like this, and they just like get up on you, and now my sword gets stuck in here. So I've evolved to like a really dumb form where it's just this. Hit. Hit, back. I just pretend I'm a Lego person. I don't cut through. You might see me do it sometimes. I'm not cutting through. I'm just contact away, contact away, contact away. Oh, FN. You is it so? With your are you like FN like as in Fabrique Nationale? I had the whole discussion on how you can earlier. I can stop him with one. Not so much with plastic, but like my steel sword, right? When they aim at you, as soon as they aim, as soon as it shoots, you get your sword just like this, right? That it makes contact with the grip. It gets about this far. It loses so much velocity and so much momentum that it might start shattering the blade as it goes down, but I will still be holding a piece of the sword here. The bullet will not travel that far through the sword. Maybe if it's like a 50, but like a 9, you know, no problem. You just have to be very accurate when you're blocking. Bang! Hey, I actually when I fought with Detroit, that's, oh geez, I didn't even see your logo. Your avatar is like FN. My favorite. I do have a PS90. Out of anything I've owned, that has always been my favorite, even just for the looks. I do not own anything else that's compatible with it, which would be awesome. So you know you don't have to buy one box of ammo for everything. But I don't have the matching set. We're at 1500, everybody. What time is it? 9:15. We got another like 15 minutes. Whoa, my gosh! Everybody's smashing that like button. That's crazy. I just saw we're like 28,000. So mad respect for that. Tell you what. We're going to keep this intensity level up a little bit. We still got 15 minutes. I know I usually just pick up the, yo! What's up, Jamie? Jamie GT the joke? Joke's on you, Jamie. You're the joke. Just kidding. No, I don't care. Hey, not everybody likes sword practice. Yeah, we'll keep it a little more intense then. We got 15 minutes to get some sets in. I'm going to do a set. And I'm going to scroll through chat, make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, I forgot to do a shout out. We're going to do a shout out after this for everybody putting in watch time. Alright, let's do the shout out, everybody. Who is still tuned in? Oh, alright. I can't do a shout out. There's 75 people watching. But I'll scroll through chat. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I guess girl chat, yeah, right? Yeah, he probably went off to the chat with the girl. And she sits there and stares back. See, I like anybody that tunes in. I hate to miss a comment. Even if it's a comment. You can't even make fun of me. I don't care. And they sit there. And then you donate a rose. They go, hey. You donate like something for 20 coins. They go, oh, thank you, baby. Anyway. Oh, man. It is... I tell you what, though, technically I am one of the best in the world in something in this sport. For now. Oh, man. If Dakota gets a medal, I may be in trouble. I was so lucky Dakota didn't get a medal at that last Boo Hurt International tournament he did. That saved me, because he beat me in the at Cincinnati Siege in Buckler. He placed higher than I did. So it's funny, you know? He's one of the best too, and he didn't medal, which is crazy. I still have a set to write down, everybody. So and about 4:30 p.m. I'm gonna put my armor on. I'm gonna start the stream putting my armor on, and we're gonna come out here and we're gonna get the 100,000th hit, everybody. All these sets right here, all these reps are getting us closer to that goal. That's 10%. That's about 30 on here. That's 10% of a million. So that means I have to do this 9 more times. So it's going to take me about 300 days. If this is day 29, I'll show everybody the whiteboard here right after this. That's about 50. Number one, if you're still there, I actually do jump shots. There's nothing like coming up to somebody when they're kind of like in place and you jump up, you go, and you can hit them down low. If they're wide open, you jump up right in the head. Just be ready to block. I jump in armor a lot, not all the time because then you ruin the surprise. But it has its situations, especially in Buckler. That's probably about 100, right, everybody? I'm pretty certain it is. All right, let's scroll through chat. MG, I remember said to stay hydrated, so we are. We're over 97,000, everybody. Oh, stay hydrated. I'm gonna scroll through chat just to make sure I don't miss anything when everybody's here and chat's on fire. Oh man. Thank you, Matthew, for the follow. Make sure I miss anything in chat. Thanks for continuing to hit that like button. That's what's going to keep the intensity up. I am. Yes, Zwags. I'm not fighting though at all this year. My daughter last year Pensick, I fought like I fought 3 days. My daughter had to keep going to, what did she had some camp and I had to keep taking her. Oh, cheer camp. Every day at Pensick last year, we had to leave and come back. And I only fought 2 days because there were 2 days I had my mom take her. But she goes to Pensick with me, you know what I mean? And, yo, hey, Sent, thanks for sticking up for me. It's cool though. I mean, good comments, bad comments, it's all interaction, you know. Thanks for the share, Cole. I am going to Pensick, not fighting so much this year. Yeah, I will be there for the whole thing. It's chill mode. They're having a pirate scavenger hunt one day. I saw a flyer about that. I would say the one thing you probably definitely run into me at is rum brunch down at where the pirate camp is. I don't drink almost all year long, and I go to Pensick and I go insane. Matthew, I think I said it. Yeah, thanks for the follow. New to TikTok. What do I do? Bird. I'm gonna tell you in 1 second. Oh, you're missing this here. I see what you're saying. Well. Oh, I see why. Well, geez, hey, that's a great reason. So yeah, maybe you can spend an anniversary there. You're like, let's take an anniversary for a trip for our anniversary. That is awesome. Well, congrats on the married thing. I didn't read that far into it before I started talking. Yo, Seamstress, thanks for getting that gifter badge again. We're doing another set. And Bird, the best thing I could say is, so being new to TikTok, up above my finger here, where it's blinking, that's my, like, if you click on that, I believe it'll take you to my page. And I have 3 posted videos that are pinned, the 3 top videos when you go to my page. One, or anybody out there, one is my cage fights, one is my team fights. And it's like fighting in armor. There's a lot of different formats. It'd be a lot to explain here in just one moment, but if you picture historical armor, so it's not like video game armor, and you're hitting each other with swords and axes and maces, and you're trying to beat the other person up to win, or the other team. Then it's the team. It's the last team standing. Gonna keep up the intensity, not too intense where we're gonna get 2,000 hits. That'd put us at 98.5. Yes. All right. We're doing probably like 3. Just so everyone knows, probably 3 or 4 sets. We need to do 5. Yeah, alright. We're doing... Oh! Seamstress! With the hot dog! That was kind of just like a... Yo, thanks for the hot dog. What's the hot dog is a 2... That's right. Yeah, for Boo the Hurt, we did a 200... rep set with the longsword. So for Seamstress, for that hot dog, that's the thing. Alright, everybody out there, 200 hits with the longsword. Then we're probably gonna do one more set, then we'll reevaluate the number, because that'll put us at 2,000. I'm probably gonna do 4 sets. That way, everyone who wants to tune in for the 100,000th hit, it's gonna be this evening. Alright, here we go, everybody. This is for that hot dog that Seamstress donated. Thank you, Seamstress. Much appreciated. Here we go. Oh. I sort of lost track. I think that's 40. Alright, so that should be 100. So we're going to keep it up. Here we go. Next set of 100. Oh, Seamstress, thanks for that donation. My forearms are on fire. But honestly, like after doing this for 100,000 times, I'm actually not that bad. and armor. We're going to see how it goes tonight. Totally different story. Yeah. Fun hits. What's up there? What's up there, drone? Hey. Hello. Bird. Yeah, so it's like, it's really fun. If you like dressing up like medieval, like Ren Fair, you know, I wear all my Ren Fair stuff. I usually wear a t-shirt, like my team t-shirt, but I usually have like medieval pants, wraps or something, you know. Like, a lot of times if we go out to eat after, I don't even take my leg armor off. I love wearing my bottom half to go out. Make sure I miss anything in chat. Oh. Kind of like, yes. So like fencing, but two major differences in fencing. So in fencing, like Olympic style fencing, you're thrusting too, right? You know what I mean? And it's kind of more linear, like da da da, choo, boop, or you know, if you fight saber or whatever, fencing. But that's to one hit. So if I hit them, like I win. But in this, it's timed. So it's how many times can you hit them in a minute. And the other major difference is there's no poking in Boohurt. So I can't actually do this. That's why a lot of times I talk crap. I love Boohurt the most. I do talk crap on it sometimes and say it's just a bonking thing. Because in Boohurt you're just hitting like this. There's no thrusting. There's nothing at all like that. But I like it because it's so rough and you hit as hard as you want. And I love it because of the impact, the physical impact that you give and that you receive. I don't know why, but there's nothing like getting smacked into the ground and being able to get up because you have armor on. And yet, although it hurts so much when you get hit, and you just get up and you do it again. So two major differences. It's not to the first touch wins. Did I write that set down? I did not. So we're going to be at 98,433, which is where, yeah, everybody, so everybody knows we're going to do like 60, yes, we're going to do 60 seconds of pure chaos against the dummy in honor of the sport for Stay Golden. Yeah, it's like pure chaos. And the team stuff isn't time limit. Well, I think now they have a 5-minute timer, so you can't go more than five minutes in a round. I fought a freaking team match one time, 6.5 minutes. It was my rookie year up in New Hampshire. We were fighting, and anyone out there know Rafał? He's the Polish guy who does. He has his own events up in Pennsylvania. He was in the corner. I will reenact it for you. For 6 minutes. There is a team in Virginia. Look up the Tidewater Dogs of War. Look up Fit Coach Roger just started a facility out there. And look up Iron Lions. Iron Lions. Look up Tidewater Dogs of War. Depending where you're at in Virginia, though, you know, I don't know what's close. Bird, thanks for the follow. Every day, training until we training. It's not like every day hitting this thing till we get 1 million. Then we'll find something to stream afterwards. Anytime I go to an event, I stream it as long as I'm not fighting. If I'm fighting, I set the camera down, and then it sucks because you're just watching it and nobody's talking to you. That's what happened last time. I let it sit for like an hour. I came back, there were 2 viewers. I was like, oh yeah, this is probably really boring. All right, let me reenact this set. What's up there, Daily? Thanks, Seamstress, for smashing that like button. Yeah, KMC, if you're still there, yeah. Like, all this stuff has to be recreated from, like, artwork. Like, sculptures, like, manuscripts, paintings, you know? Like, the only reason I get away with using a saber is because some artist way back in the day happened to capture someone in Western armor out there like this in the middle of the whole crowd with a saber, just like I have. It's only one example, but I use it, and I save that PDF file on my phone for whenever someone goes and says they never used sabers back then. And I go, oh yeah, well check this out. Open it up, a bunch of medieval resources for my armor, for the weapons, and I point at that guy with that curved sword, and I go, there you go. That's my excuse. So look up Boo Hurt International. B as in boy. Like B-U hurt, the word hurt. Boo Hurt. Yo, seamstress getting that badge again. Sword fighting arms. I don't lift weights either. I feel like I'm always doing this. Sword fighting arms. I swear to you, I've lifted weights one time in probably 4 months. It was just because I was like bored, and I was like, oh no, I know why, because I was going out with this girl. Haha. Uh-oh, scam likely. We'll deny that call. Right? I lifted weights like once, might have been twice in like 4 months, 5 months. I was like, yeah, because she's all into like weightlifting. I was like, maybe I don't have any chest muscles, you know what I mean? Sword fighting arms. You want to impress a nurse? Have some veins like this after a good pump from swinging a sword around. All right, we got to do one more. We only have one more set to do, just so everybody knows. So that's why we're talking a little bit. Thanks for the follow. Does that stay golden? Hey, thanks for that. Anybody just tuned in for about 4 p.m. About 4:30, I mean. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to start putting my armor on. I'm just going to hit stream. I'm just going to be waking up before night shift. It was Logan's idea. All right, Black Dragon. 1 set to go. Then we're going to get a total. And then I'm going to go drop my daughter's lacrosse stuff off at her house because I told her, make sure you got everything out of my car. And I should have just looked in the back seat, and I didn't. And now the lacrosse stick is still in my car. Oh, well, it's just a number, you know what I mean? It's going to be the 100,000th hit. We'll have a 150, a 200. We'll have a celebration at 500,000. We'll have a party. And one of these days, I'm going to take this dummy out to Walmart. I'm telling you, maybe we'll do that for like when we hit like 150K. We'll take it to the Walmart parking lot. I just want to see what people see. I'll wear my armor. We'll hit the dummy in the parking lot. The only thing I don't know, it might slide around because it's just a plastic base. I might have to get some kind of rubber mat underneath it. I just think that would be funny. Wait, what's that? What is it? What is it? Oh, geez, how about that? Huh. Yeah, it must reset, because sometimes I see, like, someone will pop up, because I know y'all are hitting that button, and sometimes someone will pop up after a little bit, and it'll say, like, #1 gifter, and they just hit it, like, once or something. It must reset. I don't know how that works. Boo, Seamstress, thank you, and I do appreciate those gifts. I honestly could buy a dummy if I had to. This thing is his head is about to come off. And I'm probably going to have to buy the dummy ahead of time. Not saying that I need the money. I'm saying, but all that just goes to it. And I'm purposely going to do that. So I will, the day I buy a new dummy, I will purposely post. And I'll shout you all out. And everybody, you know, who like Scooby, and freaking Matt, and everybody that, you know, had some decent donations. Because I'm going to keep duct taping it. I actually bought flesh-colored duct tape. I'm going to put that on here, too. But yeah, it's going to help, because I'm going to need one, I bet, before the time comes, before 1 million. It's funny, it only started breaking down after we started doing this side quest. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you wrestled in high school. Whoa, am I missing some... Let me catch up to chat. You could be a crusader for sure. There's, what's his name out in Ohio wears a whole crusader outfit. You know, white with the Crusader mark, and he has a helmet just like back in the, you know, that whole style. You wrestled in high school. Oh, man, MMA local, yeah. You know what? Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, golden. So I will tell you this for sure. It has been discussed, and I think it's a proven fact. In the United States, people who do this, teams do a lot more grappling. If you can wrestle, if you did MMA, like it comes so much in handy. Oh yes, it is. Well, I did that backdrop on the guy just to kind of be funny, like for the crowd. I generally would have stayed on top of him and still kept punching him, because if you see in that video, like he got me, and he was just punching the crap out of me, right till the ref stood us up. So for his, the ref was about to stand us up, and I could have got a couple more punches in, because every punch is worth a point. And technically, because I won that fight, but you know, I technically probably want to get those extra 3 hits in compared to me standing up and jumping up and doing that backdrop on him. And I did it like for fun for the crowd, because everyone's like, whoa. And then at the end, you know, it's just more, it's, in the end, I like to make sure, I like to be an entertainer too. If I'm ever losing, and I'm clearly losing, I fight more entertaining. Yeah, people throw the swords down, go hands up. Oh, that was Bird that said that about, yeah, like so we're really hitting each other. But if you're talking about how I stood up and I like jumped on him like with my back, that was more for the crowd, just to like to get people to go, whoa. Yeah, people drop the swords and go hand to hand. Showmanship is. I don't think I've ever lost. There's times where I'm gonna do one set. Let me answer that. Then we'll do. Then we got the last set. Just so everybody knows, because I do want to be in bed by like 10:30. So be. Yeah, look at me, 6 hours of sleep before we put the armor on. So, crowd choice, right? There's also formats where, yo, user, what's up? Mr. Highlighter, that'd be me. With the highlighter board. And the highlighter, green, which is everybody's favorite today. There's judging, the MMA stuff, you know, the duels. The team stuff is just judged on who's left standing, how many people got standing. The duels and stuff are judged by points, but there are times when they have crowd choice. I've even fought ones where they have crowd picks which weapon you use. And crowd choice, though, is like, at the end, they get you in the middle, like, let's hear it. Who thinks Timmy won? Who thinks Bobby won? And they go, oh, and they're like, oh. That was a little close. Who thinks Tim won? Who thinks Bob? Or like everyone's like, oh, I guarantee you when I fight crowd choice, like I win. I've never lost crowd choice yet, because I fight like I'm in a movie. And even if I don't score enough points, I still win. And it's all because, like Bird was saying, like the WWE moves, if that was a close one and it came down to like crowd choice, I guarantee you, just for standing up and doing that backdrop, I would have beat that dude in general. Yeah, the thing is, I'm working tonight at 6:30, and there's no way I'm going to get up in time. But do not fret, we will have plenty of other episodes. The only special thing is, you know what's going to happen? I'm like, this is going to be the set where we have 100,000, and I bet there's maybe like 15 people tuned in, and we do it, and I go, whoa, like that was 100,000, and then some people go, yeah, heck yeah, and then they just, on to 150,000. So, Bird, plenty of sets to catch. Like I was saying, I can't believe that we even just hang out. I'm glad it's not boring, where I would never do this by myself. I will tell you that. That's why I'm so glad we have chat and we talk and stuff. I don't even know how everyone like even just tunes in sometimes and watches. Sometimes there's like so many people just tuned in. I'm glad it's entertaining enough to keep people occupied for a little bit during the day. And it's good too, you know, we got some good bonding going on in here. I'm gonna catch up on chat right after this set. I've been trying to remember to throw these things in here, these little wrap shots, like bop, bop, to the back. I don't do them anymore because I always use a saber. I don't even know what we're at because I started talking, and when I started thinking about that, I lost track. I think we were about 80. Oh, excuse me for the burp. Thanks for smashing that like button that whole time. That was insane. Insane. That must have been 100. I am thinking it's not going to rain. If it does, we will move the dummy inside for later. I'll just have to put it on that. I have a surgical sheet from work. They throw out these sterile surgical sheets because they just opened a whole new supply kit. Total sterile blue. It's like a blue carpet. Oh, I actually put a different color green, everybody. There's 2 greens. Look at that. That's like green. So that's 2,000. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, all right. No. We're leaving it right there. So we're at 98,433. I was going to say, I was going to round it up. We'll do that later. The first set will be like 67 hits or something, just to make it an even number, so we know exactly when that happens. So there we go. All right, I need to go drop my Darsa. I'm gonna go through chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm gonna do the shout out for everybody that's still here, putting in the watch time. Let's do that first. Yo, so what is up? Boo the Hurt, Seamstress, user 9841718166, all with those gifter badges from hitting a like. Much appreciated. Stay golden, Danny. Oh man, Wooly. It's Wooly. Is it Lambie? Right? I remember when you tuned in because I remember the script, but I couldn't read it, and I still sort of can't. Wooly Lambie, Jai, Jeff, George, Focus, Backup, Jade, and Electricity. Everybody who's tuned in, all that. Just the watch time is awesome. I'm glad I can at least keep you occupied for a little bit during the day. Alright. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. User, and also got that gift. I see where you got that gifter badge. Thanks. Oh, shoot. Seamstress. Send a chili. Send a chili. We're going to do it. We're going to do a little chili set here. Ho-ho. The chili means we got to go fast. That's good. I was debating on doing another one just to kind of get it over that 500 mark, so we are. So we're going to be at 98,533, which I originally considered. Thank you for that chili donation, because now we're actually going to do what I sort of thought would be a better way to start out the next broadcast, being over the 500 mark there. Here we go. Oh, that's for that chili. I've never done a set like that before. That was an arm burner. Oh, gonna erase that. All right. Oh yes, Golden. Check you later. Thanks. Good talking with you too, Golden. All right, everybody. About 4:30. I might just wake up, roll out of bed, and start putting armor on. It'll be live, though. Don't worry. 5% chance I don't start right at 4:30 because Because my body doesn't hear the alarm. All right, everybody. Wait, oh. Golden sent a chili. Golden, if you're still there. Yeah, geez. All right. And if you haven't heard, I always make a highlight video, even if you just donate one chili or whatever, you know. It'll be in the credits and the thanks. Thanks, seamstress, for pointing that out. Oh. So, yeah. Then the highlight video, forever immortalized. If anyone ever looks back at day 29, y'all know that it's like the Patreon list people do. So much appreciated. Yes. But before I go, that's one thing I like. You can use a mace in this sport, right? Let's just pretend this is the mace end, so I can exaggerate more with the handle. There's nothing like hitting people with a mace, right? The proper way. And then you just open up your grip a little bit, and it goes all the way down to the mace head, and you're just like, bah, bah. Or sometimes people even hold it with the mace head down like this, and the handle's sticking up, because then you can actually even, like, it's kind of easy to, like, then you can just, like, put it over someone's shoulder, and then you can grab it, and then you can do all the cool, like, the knees and the stuff. You can lock someone's helmet in. Yo, all right, stay going. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll catch y'all here in a little bit for the 100,000 strike, as special as we can make it, I guess. All right. Yeah. Oh. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Roop. Haha. All right. See y'all soon. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. Let's try again. See y'all soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.